right, guys, well, being that it's cold now, I'm going to start taking some of the batteries out of the tractors. I did this last year. Anybody that's new, for the winter, what I do is the tractors I know I'm not going to use over the winter time, I take the batteries out and I put them in a warm place. So just to, I don't know, help prolong the battery life, that they're not sitting out in the cold. If they're in the warm, then they're warm. And if you do need to start something over the winter, you got a nice warm battery. I do put a battery tender on while they're inside in the warm throughout the winter. So I don't know if it helps or not. I don't know if I'm wasting my time, but leaving a battery out in the cold, especially if it gets down in the negative temperatures, I just feel like it's a little bit better of a decision. The Farmall 560 is not going to start on cold days. You figure anything below freezing, you glow this thing and glow this thing and glow this thing, and it doesn't start very easily. And I don't need it over the winter. There's a few things I do need over the winter. I keep the battery in the 395 because this is what plows the snow. I think that battery is in fairly good shape yet. It's only a smaller engine in this tractor. Seems to start it pretty good. Probably around Christmas time I put the tire chains on, but we're not there yet. I take the battery out of the 685 usually because this doesn't get used over the winter. There's no real reason to use it unless if the power would go out and I would need to use that PTO generator, then this would probably be the tractor I'd go to, or the 986. I don't know, this will still run the house and burn a lot less fuel than the 986. The 986, the batteries are going to be in a while yet because of this spreading rye and also possibly lime. So we're just going to let them in there now. This is a very easy starting tractor in the cold. It can be bitter cold and this will start. So the Farmall Super C, last year I left the battery in it over the winter, and the thought was if it's really cold, because it did get down to -6, which is really cold for Pennsylvania, if it was that cold that I couldn't get any of the tractors started, this engine would start and I could use that on the generator if the power was out. But I think this year we're going to pull it out and put it in the warm because this battery is starting to get a little iffy. So over the winter with the battery tender on, we can bring it back up. I just didn't use this tractor that much this year, and just kind of the way it was. I probably will use... Next year, I'm probably going to use it a little bit. I do have some guys that wanted me to rake hay with it. Also, I never got the video made on the 3-point hitch on this thing, so we'll save that maybe for a later date. So yeah, anyway, got to get some of these batteries out, get them in the warm for the winter, and go through the shop again. One of the things I do, and I guess I don't care if I say it on camera and put it on the internet. I mean, it's it's probably a good thing to say it. I don't leave any tools in this shop most times. Mostly over the summer, I don't leave tools in the shop. And definitely over the winter. Anything that has any kind of a value at all, it gets locked up elsewhere. I don't leave it in the shop. That way it's not as handy if... by some chance we get somebody that thinks they can take stuff. So basically anything value over the winter, then there's nothing really down here of any type of value other than used tractor parts. And that's about it. So I don't keep tools in my shop. There's just too many things go missing even here. So that's the other thing. And get everything by the end of today, everything's going to be elsewhere and locked away. So all right, guys, I'll kind of update you as I go here. All right, so the Farmall 560 now is ready for winter. Batteries are out. I did check the antifreeze. I do have an antifreeze tester. I did put new antifreeze in, but I just double checked. Everything is good, and this is a good spot for it. It's probably going to stay here in this spot. So we got that done. I had told you guys that this tractor was kind of insurance. If something didn't work out with the budget, I would probably sell it. I'm hoping that's not this spring. I really am. Harvest isn't over yet, so I don't know where we're going to be at. But This may be on the chopping block to liquidate here, but I don't know. We have to see. I don't really want to sell it, but like I say, we got to keep everything going here. It would probably be a case if I would sell it, I wouldn't advertise it or try to sell it private sale. Just because I don't want to give it away, and I wouldn't want to give it away. What I'd probably do is find a dealer like Zimmerman Farm Service or Wangers of Myerstown, somebody that has a lot of press and a lot of traffic, a lot of people going through, and they're the type of places that could get the price that I would want for it. Just judging by what other Farmall 560s are going for, yeah, you can get them cheap, but if they're nice like this one, yeah, it's not cheap when they're nice. And like I say, this thing I pretty well did everything to. Everything works on it, so I can't give it away and wouldn't want to. So I'd probably do a consignment deal and try to get the most out of it possible. But like I say, I might be talking too soon here, but that's kind of where my thinking is, just to have some insurance here, so that way all the bills are paid. But we'll find out. We'll see once harvest is over and all the business of the year is finished. We'll have to make a decision. I still have that tedder I have to sell, my old tedder that I've been kind of hanging on to for really no reason. I don't have to sell it. That's why I didn't sell it. I still have that John Deere rake, which those aren't going to bring a whole lot of money, but it may just be enough, depending on what you need. If I need a little extra to pay for nitrogen or something like that, a sale like that might be the thing to do. So, all right, let me keep going through the shop here and cleaning up. All right, so we got more stuff done in here for winter. We're making some progress, even though it's not a whole lot going on. I was working in the yard, getting all the stuff in for the winter time, blowing leaves, mowing some last minute grass, just little odds and ends like that to get ready here. So we've got the shop pretty well. A couple projects going yet. Like I said, I got the LEDs for the back of this canopy roof for the 395. So we've got to finish that up, and I've got to finish up the LED replacement in there in the 685. As far as shop work goes, I'm going to start working on the making the new drop hoses for the sprayer. I want to have all those ready. Being that roll of hose is in a coil, when you get your length that's coiled up so bad, they're not going to sit on the ground. So I want to make up a whole bunch of them and then hang them up so they can kind of stretch out and straighten out over the winter time. So just little odds and ends like that. Tomorrow's Monday. I do expect to see the guys coming back to finish soybeans possibly, because there's rain on Wednesday, so I'm hoping they can finish tomorrow. If they do, I will take some video. So I don't know what else to report. I did hear a combine running earlier, so some guys are breaking their rule and working on a Sunday, and I think this year it's just there's a lot of guys working extra hours. So anyway, that's where I'll leave you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll come back with you tomorrow. Hopefully we get some more combine getting soybeans off. So I want to get some cab footage. I haven't gotten any footage from inside the cab this year. I have been riding along a lot, but I just haven't had my camera out. So all right, we'll leave you there.